What if the only thing standing between you and happiness is the belief that you have to fix your entire life before you're allowed to feel it? Let that sit with you for a second. Because for most people, maybe even you, that sentence is the truth they've been dancing around for years. We live in a world where happiness has become a reward instead of a right. A trophy you only get after you've done enough healing, enough fixing, enough improving, enough proving. I'll be happy when, you know that one? It ruins more lives than heartbreak ever will. I'll be happy when my anxiety is gone. I'll be happy when my body looks different. I'll be happy when I stop overthinking. I'll be happy when I finally fix my past. I'll be happy when life stops throwing plot twists at me every 3 minutes. And listen, I get it. Because we've been trained to believe that life has to be neatly tied up, perfectly aligned, emotionally polished, spiritually ironed, and Instagram ready before we're allowed to feel joy. But here's the real truth, and it might sting a little before it sets you free. You don't need a perfect life to feel happy. You need permission, not from the world, not from your past, not from your circumstances, from you. Happiness isn't the prize you get at the finish line. It's the fuel that helps you get there. And some of you watching this, your soul has been whispering for years. Stop trying to fix everything. Just live. But you didn't hear it over the noise, the responsibilities, the emotional survival mode, the trauma, the expectations, the endless to-do list that somehow has babies overnight. So today, we're going to talk about something no one teaches you. Something life-changing and beautifully simple. When you stop obsessively fixing your life, you finally get to experience it. Not when everything is healed, not when everything is sorted, not when the universe stops giving you character development, but right now, exactly where you are. Let's go deeper. Somewhere along the line, you were taught that you were the problem, not your environment, not your childhood conditioning, not the people who didn't know how to love you, not the burnout disguised as normal life, you. You were handed the message, silently or loudly, that if you just worked harder, healed harder, improved harder, then life would finally feel gentle. So you became a project, a never-ending self-repair assignment. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You wake up already feeling behind. You judge every emotion the moment it arrives. You analyze every reaction as if there's something wrong with you for having it. You start healing one wound just to uncover 7 more. You try to fix your patterns, fix your past, fix your thinking, fix your future. And somewhere in that journey, you forgot how to live. Because here's the truth no one warned you about. When you make your entire life about fixing yourself, you accidentally confirm the belief that you are broken. And you're not. You're tired. You're overloaded. You're overstimulated. You're carrying emotions that were never meant to be carried alone. You're adapting to storms that weren't your fault. But broken? No. If anything, you're a miracle standing upright. So what happens next? Why do we obsess over repairing ourselves before we allow joy in? Because for so many people watching this right now, being happy feels dangerous. Happiness feels like a risk. What if it doesn't last? What if I relax and everything goes wrong again? What if the moment I allow joy, life punishes me for it? So you brace yourself, you stay guarded. You keep scanning for problems so you can fix them before they hurt you. But what you don't realize is this. You're not protecting yourself from pain. You're numbing yourself from life. There is a difference. And this video, this moment right now, might be the first time in years that someone tells you, you don't need to earn happiness. You just need to stop apologizing for wanting it. Let's go deeper. There comes a moment, a quiet, private, almost invisible moment, where something inside you whispers, I can't keep living like this. Not because you're weak, not because you failed, not because you don't want to grow, but because you finally realize that fixing your life isn't the same as living it. Maybe you've felt it, that heaviness in your chest when you wake up already feeling behind. That constant pressure to be better, even when you're exhausted and doing your best just to exist. That guilt when you try to rest because your mind tells you there's still more to repair. But let me tell you something that might change everything. The day you stop trying to fix your entire life is the day your life finally becomes yours again. Because happiness, real happiness, doesn't come when the healing is complete. It comes when you stop making healing your whole identity. Let that sink in. Healing is important. Self-awareness is important. Growth is important. But when they become the only lens through which you see yourself, you lose the joy, the playfulness, the lightness, the laughter, the spontaneity, the life that your heart has been craving all this time. You don't need to be perfect to feel joy. You just need to stop waiting for perfect conditions. I'm going to say something that might feel strange. You are allowed to be happy while you are still becoming. Yes, even with your flaws. Yes, even with your chaotic thoughts. Yes, even with your unfinished healing. Yes, even if you cried yesterday. Yes, even if your life is not where you want it to be yet. And here's the magical part. The moment you stop trying to fix everything, something inside you softens. Your nervous system calms, your shoulders drop, your breath deepens, your heart finally gets to unclench. Because the truth is, joy is not the reward. Joy is the medicine. And the moment you let yourself feel it, even in tiny doses, your entire life begins to shift. Let's go deeper. Here's something no one tells you on the healing journey. When you stop obsessively trying to fix yourself, your healing finally has space to happen. Sounds backwards, right? But think about it. When you're constantly examining every thought, every reaction, every emotion, when you're treating every moment of discomfort as a sign that you're not healed yet, when you're analyzing your own behavior like you're a psychological puzzle, you're not healing. You're micromanaging your humanity, and nobody, absolutely nobody, can heal under pressure. Not even you. Healing doesn't happen when you demand it. Healing happens when your nervous system feels safe enough to release what you've been carrying. And safety doesn't come from perfection. It comes from permission. Permission to not have it all figured out. Permission to rest. Permission to feel joy in the middle of the mess. Permission to have bad days and still be worthy. Permission to stop digging into your wounds every 5 minutes. Here's the truth your soul already knows. Your healing accelerates when your heart relaxes. Not when you try harder, not when you fix faster, not when you obsess deeper. When you relax. When you stop treating your life like a project that needs constant maintenance. When you stop seeing every emotion as a sign of failure. When you stop approaching yourself like a broken machine and start approaching yourself like a human that needs gentleness. Because healing isn't a task, it's a rhythm. It happens in waves, not deadlines. It happens in moments, not milestones. It happens while living, not pausing life to fix life. And here's a truth that will set so many people free. If you're still feeling things, it doesn't mean you're unhealed. It means you're alive. The goal was never to eliminate emotion. The goal is to stop believing emotion means something is wrong with you. You aren't behind. You aren't failing. You aren't broken. You're becoming someone who no longer needs to fix themselves to feel worthy. Let's go deeper. Let me tell you something that sounds simple but has the power to change your entire life. Happiness doesn't arrive when life is perfect. Happiness arrives when you stop waiting for perfect conditions to feel it. We've been lied to about happiness. We were told it lives in the future, the next achievement, the next healed version of you, the day you finally get your life together, the moment everything stops hurting. But that's not happiness. That's postponed joy, and most people spend their whole lives doing exactly that, postponing joy until some imaginary day when every piece of their life magically aligns. But here's the secret. If you don't learn to let happiness in when life is messy, you won't know how to feel it when life is beautiful. Read that again. Because some of you have never allowed yourself to feel happy unless everything is fixed, solved, healed, perfect, calm. And how often does that actually happen? Life is always going to be a little chaotic, a little unfinished, a little unpredictable, a little wild, which means if you're waiting for the chaos to stop before you allow joy, you'll be waiting forever. Here's what happiness really is. A moment, a softness, a breath, a choice, a pause in the noise, a place inside you, not outside you. It's the moment you laugh at something small when your mind tells you you're not supposed to be happy today. It's sipping your coffee slowly, instead of rushing through the morning like a survival mission. It's letting the sun hit your face and feeling your shoulders drop. It's giving yourself permission to enjoy something without thinking you have to earn it. It's allowing good things without interrogating them. It's saying, I'm allowed to feel good even if everything isn't fixed. And the moment you realize that, your entire world opens. Because happiness isn't an achievement, it's not a prize. It's not proof of success. Happiness is a doorway. And it opens the moment you stop guarding it with impossible conditions. When you stop chasing happiness and start making room for it, you realize it was never far away. It was just waiting for you to stop holding your breath. Let's go deeper. Here's something nobody teaches us growing up. Joy isn't found. Joy is made moment by moment, choice by choice, breath by breath. And you don't need a huge life overhaul to feel it. You don't need a vision board, a strict routine, or a 3-hour morning ritual that only monks have the time for. Most people think happiness requires fireworks. But happiness is quiet, joy is subtle, and freedom is usually disguised as the smallest shift inside you. Let me give you a few examples. Shift 1. Stop narrating your life like a disaster movie. You know that internal voice that thinks every setback is catastrophic? One late bill, a failure. One argument, how's the end of the world? One tired day, my life is falling apart. Try this instead. It's just a moment, not a prophecy. Watch how your body relaxes. Shift 2. Celebrate tiny wins like they're massive. Drank enough water? Victory. Got out of bed despite wanting to hide from reality? Champion. Didn't overthink something you usually spiral about? You should honestly get a trophy. People underestimate the power of honoring tiny triumphs. Tiny wins compound. Tiny wins build momentum. Tiny wins remind your nervous system that life is not only struggle. Shift 3. Let joy be enough, even if it lasts 5 seconds. Most people ruin the moment they feel joy by analyzing it. Why do I feel good? Will this last? Do I deserve this? Is this real or just temporary? You don't interrogate joy. You experience it. Even if it's just a breath of relief, let it land. Joy doesn't need permission to exist. It needs permission to stay. Shift 4. Choose presence over perfection. Perfection is the thief of joy. Presence is the birthplace of it. Happiness lives in the laugh you weren't expecting, the hot drink that tastes like comfort, the music that hits your heart, the sunset you almost didn't look at, the tiny kindness you gave or received. All the little things you rush past because you think happiness must be a grand achievement. But the truth is, joy is ordinary. That's what makes it extraordinary. Shift 5. Stop assuming suffering makes you more worthy. Some of you learned that if you're not struggling, you're not doing enough. That ease is suspicious. That rest is laziness. That happiness must be earned through pain. No, that's conditioning, not truth. You deserve joy without performing for it, without proving yourself, without carrying the whole world on your back first. And here's the magic. When you start allowing tiny moments of joy, your whole identity starts to shift. You go from, I'm trying to fix myself, to, I'm learning to live. You go from, I'm broken, to I'm becoming. Your nervous system rewires, your energy changes, your relationships improve, your inner dialogue softens. Your life starts to feel like yours again. And none of that comes from perfection. It comes from permission. There is a version of you, quietly waiting beneath all the noise, all the self-criticism, all the pressure to improve, who has been trying to come forward for years. But they couldn't reach you while you were busy trying to correct yourself. Because the truth is, you can't meet your true self while constantly dismantling yourself. So let's meet them now. Let's talk about who you become when you stop trying to fix your entire existence and finally give yourself permission to be alive. 1. You become softer, not weaker. Softness is what happens when you stop bracing for impact all the time. When you're not constantly scanning for flaws, your body relaxes. Your voice softens, your heart opens. You breathe differently. You don't harden yourself anymore because you stop expecting life to attack you. You become more present. When you stop living in what needs fixing, you return to what's happening right now. You taste your food, you hear the music, you see the sky. You notice the way the light hits your walls in the morning. Life becomes less like a checklist and more like something you actually get to experience. 3. You become kinder to yourself. Without the constant pressure to improve, you naturally begin speaking to yourself with warmth. You start saying things like, it's okay. You're doing your best. You're allowed to rest. Today doesn't define you. Your inner voice stops sounding like a critic and starts sounding like someone who finally understands you. You stop apologizing for existing. When you stop micromanaging your flaws, you realize you're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to have opinions. You're allowed to feel joy without earning it. You're allowed to be human without explaining it. The weight of constant self-monitoring lifts off your shoulders, and for the first time, you feel the lightness of simply being you. 5. You become someone who chooses joy, not waits for it. This is the big one. When fixing stops being your identity, joy becomes available to you again. You start seeing joy in places that were invisible before, not because your life becomes perfect, but because you become open. Joy is no longer something in the distance. It's something in your pocket, something you carry, not something you chase. You become someone who is actually living, not surviving, not performing, not healing 24/7, not transforming as if your existence depends on productivity. Living laughing more, caring less about what doesn't matter, feeling more connected, feeling more human, feeling more free. Because when you stop obsessing over fixing everything, you finally create space for your soul to breathe. And that is when the true you steps forward. Not the version that's perfect, not the version that's healed, not the version that's polished, the version that's real, the version that's whole, the version that's been waiting underneath all the pressure you've carried for years. That's the you you're becoming. Here's the thing no one ever explains. Happiness isn't something you stumble into. It's something you practice, gently, consistently, imperfectly, until it becomes familiar again. Because for many people watching this right now, joy feels foreign. Joy feels suspicious. Joy feels temporary. Especially if life taught you that happiness is the calm before the storm. So let me show you something powerful. Happiness becomes your new normal when you stop treating it like a special occasion. Read that again. Joy isn't a rare event. It's a frequency, and you can learn to tune into it. Here's how. 1. Stop thinking happiness needs a reason. You don't need a perfect day, a perfect mindset, or a perfect version of yourself to feel joy. Let yourself smile at something silly. Let yourself feel peace in random moments. Let happiness be casual, not ceremonial. 2. Make tiny things sacred again. The world teaches you to chase big goals, but your soul thrives on small moments. A warm drink, a clean blanket, a ray of sunlight, a genuine laugh, a smooth breath, a quiet evening. These are not just small things. They are your life. Joy hides in the moments you rush past. 3. Don't analyze joy. Receive it. The biggest killer of happiness is interrogation. Do I deserve this? Will it last? Why do I feel good today? Stop turning joy into a crime scene. Happiness requires allowing, not analyzing. 4. Let go of the identity that thrives on struggle. For too long, you've been taught that suffering makes you strong, but joy makes you strong too. Joy builds resilience. Joy builds connection. Joy builds hope. You don't need pain to prove your worth. You don't need struggle as your personality trait. You're allowed to be someone who chooses ease without apologizing for it. 5. Create a life you don't have to escape from. This doesn't mean quitting your job or running away to a quiet cabin in the woods, even though it sounds amazing. It means designing tiny pockets of joy inside the life you already have. A walk outside, a meal you enjoy, a few minutes of silence, music you love, a soft pillow, a moment with your pets, a deep breath. Happiness doesn't require a new life. It requires a new relationship with your current one. 6. Let happiness coexist with healing. You don't need to be done healing to feel good. You don't need to be fully transformed to enjoy your life. You don't need every wound closed to feel light. Healing and happiness are not enemies. They're companions. They walk together. And once you stop believing you must choose one or the other, you begin to experience both. 7. Happiness becomes natural. When you stop waiting for permission, you have waited long enough. Now it's time. Time to feel joy without guilt, without explanation, without conditions, without earning it through self-sacrifice or improvement. Time to live, time to soften, time to breathe without bracing, time to remember that life isn't meant to be a constant self-repair project. It's meant to be lived, loved, experienced, felt, and joy? Joy is your birthright. There comes a day, and maybe it's today, maybe it's this very moment, where you finally realize something life-changing. You don't have to wait for happiness anymore. You get to choose it, not someday, not when everything makes sense, not when your past stops whispering, not when your healing reaches some magical level of completion, not when you finally deserve it in your own mind. You get to choose it right now, even with the chaos, even with the uncertainty, even with the unfinished healing, even with the messiness that makes you beautifully human. Because happiness has never been about perfection. It has always been about permission. Permission to breathe instead of brace. Permission to laugh instead of analyze. Permission to enjoy something without preparing to lose it. Permission to feel something good without wondering if you're allowed. Permission to soften in a world that taught you to harden. And maybe this is the part you've been missing your whole life. Happiness is not the result of becoming the best version of yourself. Happiness is what helps you become them. Read that again. You've been trying so hard to earn joy instead of letting joy guide you. You've been trying so hard to fix yourself instead of trusting that the version of you right now is worthy of a beautiful life. You've been waiting for the after, the when, the finally, as if life begins once you reach some invisible milestone. But here's the truth. Life is already happening. Right here, right now. In the middle, in the becoming. In the ordinary moments you don't realize are extraordinary yet. And you? You are allowed to feel happiness even while becoming someone new. You don't need to apologize for wanting joy. You don't need to heal your whole life before you smile again. You don't need to justify feeling good. You don't need to explain to anyone why you're done carrying the world on your back. Because happiness, real happiness, is not a place you arrive at. It's a love you learn to give yourself, one breath at a time, one moment at a time, one tiny spark of joy at a time, choosing it again and again until it becomes familiar. Until it becomes natural, until it becomes you. Happiness isn't something you reach. It's something you become. So let me leave you with this. There is a version of you, not far away, not impossible, not hidden behind years of work, who already knows how to feel joy again. A version of you who laughs without checking if it's appropriate, who breathes deeply without waiting for something to go wrong, who lets sunlight touch their face and actually feels it. Who doesn't apologize for wanting a gentle life, who doesn't shrink to fit anyone else's comfort, who doesn't treat happiness like a luxury item on a top shelf, a version of you who understands finally that happiness is not a destination you struggle toward, it's the path you choose to walk. And maybe today is the day you walk differently. Maybe today is the day your shoulders drop just a little, your breath loosens just a little, your mind softens just a little, your heart opens just a little. Maybe today is the day you realize you don't need to fix everything to live a beautiful life. You don't need to wait for all the wounds to close before you let joy in. You don't need to have the answers to feel gratitude. You don't need a perfect story to feel love. You don't need a perfect life to feel alive. You just need presence. You just need permission. You just need you. Because the truth is, you were never meant to fix your life like it's a broken object. You were meant to live it like it's a sacred one. So let this be your reminder. You are allowed to feel joy now. You are allowed to feel peace now. You are allowed to be happy in small, imperfect, beautiful moments now. You are allowed to have a soft heart without calling it weakness. You are allowed to be both healing and happy at the same time. You are allowed to live, not tomorrow. Not when you reach the next milestone. Not when you finally earn it. Now, right now, today, exactly as you are. Stop waiting to become perfect before you allow yourself to feel alive. Be so obsessed with being happy that you stop trying to fix your life and start experiencing it. Your happiness is not ahead of you. It's here, it's available. It's waiting for you to say yes. And when you do, your entire world changes. Not because life becomes easier, but because you do. If you chose happiness, leave a heart in the comments. Please like and subscribe, as it helps the algorithm push this video out to people who need it. As always, this has been Valkyrie. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others, and live and be happy. We are only here for a short time. Make it count. Have a beautiful day.